Well, we pumping them out today, y'all. And I'm sorry, single mothers and parents in general. Parents, married households, single dads, cohabitation parents. I'm sorry. Me and Big Hurt, we supposed to did a video for y'all talking about the things you need to do to get your kids ready. Two things. Y'all go look at he the #1 tackle in the nation coming up next year. Offensive tackle next year. He played both sides of the ball out of North Carolina. David Sanders Jr. His mom and dad, they own it. Yeah, I see why he's the #1 offensive lineman in the nation. But watch his videos. Watch how they spot shadow him. This is what a spot shadow is, y'all. A spot shadow is when you pay a cameraman to film your son, to zoom in on your son and lock in on him. You can kind of get some of the other play, but you are locking in on your son. So when it's time to get footage, to send footage to these coaches, they can see your son's hand placement, they can see his footwork, they can see how quick he got off the ball. When it's so far back, you can't hardly see. And when you can't hardly see, you stop getting interested. Like, you just like, man, this is strainful on my eyes and my brain. I don't really know what I'm looking at. Turn this off. Let's go get some lunch. But when it's zoomed in real close, you're like, okay, what we working with? Okay, I see you, big boy. Oh, got the hands inside. Okay, I see. Oh, that was a little hole right there, but you didn't hold on too long. You let it go. Okay, all right. You can see better when it's zoomed in. Other thing you got to do, whatever test they're doing now, ACT, I don't know, whatever they is. It's been 20, 30 years since I had to do all that. I don't have any kids, y'all, so I don't have no child support. I don't have no child support. But you need to get your kids to take the test early. Like, if you can get them to take it in 8th grade, 9th grade, go ahead and get it knocked out. Especially if they haven't taken it 10th grade, you behind. You behind, and they need to take it twice. Pay that money, get that test taken, and when they do it back to back, if they score low the first time, almost every time you do it, you get better. And if you taking the test, you're not scoring what you want to score, study. It's programs, it's stuff online, everything you can study. Study real hard. Like, before you go take the test the second time, 2 weeks before that, you need to cram. And cause once you get your numbers in, that's why a lot of these guys, these big time guys, they be like, well, he don't have any stars. A lot of times they don't have any stars because their transcript is trash, and the coaches know, like, he's not gonna qualify. Why are we gonna waste time evaluating this guy and putting all this effort into this guy when he's not even gonna qualify? So get your grades, get your test scores. Summer classes are a must. Try to do summer classes to get your child ahead. Because if they're ahead and they can go in the springtime, that's a plus. If they very talented and they can reclass, that's a plus. Even some of these kids that's late bloomers, and a lot of people might go against this, but if your child is a late bloomer and they really haven't hit their growth, you might can reclass them and bring them back a year, so they can have, when they get their body. Some guys don't get their body until they're around 17, 18. Some guys already have their body around 16, 14. So it just depends. You got, every situation is different. But these camps and stuff, you want to go to these camps, but the main thing you want to do is you want to have video footage of your son or your daughter working out, game footage, showing them getting better, have them talking to the camera so that the coach can kind of see their personality. Just some, like, maybe like 5 questions and rapid fire questions. Like, don't take all day answering the question, like, what's your favorite food? What do you like doing besides football? And they banged it out. They ain't saying, I don't really know. Maybe I don't. Nah, not all that. Like, just say, what's your favorite food? Spaghetti. What if you could do any other sport besides football? What would you do? I'd probably go run track or play basketball. after football, what are your plans? I want to be a tech. I want to be an engineer. Like, boom, there's a real quick question like that, and then let them get into their workout. Showing them get into their workout, showing them sweating, all this kind of stuff, and excitement to work. If a kid is excited to work out, a coach, he know he got something. If a kid is out there working out and he's like, don't even want to do it, or he's never really working out, the coach know, okay, this kid, I got to try to motivate him. He's not self-motivated. So, but you gotta reach out. You got to shop yourself. Like, don't be a bugaboo, but you got to shop yourself. In order to shop yourself, you got to have the right videos and you got to have the transcripts, so it makes it appealing for these coaches. When they don't have to do a lot of work and you present everything for them, it's just right there, and your kid is good. Like, some kids might be on the short side. Stop trying to always go to these big schools. Start going to the smaller schools, the Valdosta States, the Albany States, the smaller schools. And with this transfer portal, if you go to a smaller school and you make the all whatever team, I don't know if it's whatever the teams in college, man, all state, all second team, this, blah, blah, blah. Now you can shop again to some of these bigger schools and you can go up again. So that's how you can do it. It's not all about going to these big major schools. It's about going to a school. Like, if you get a partial, it's best if your kid get a partial. Let's say if they from, I'm gonna use Valdosta because I'm from Valdosta. I know this. If you get a partial at Valdosta State, but now you can stay home with your mom and still get a partial for your school, but now you get your board, you staying at home, you don't have to pay for that room, the room and board. You don't have to pay for room and board because you can go home. So that can save a parent and a child from getting in a lot of debt. Because now I think they're trying to make these parents pay these. They're trying to make the parents be accountable for these loans. And especially if you got the means to, they're trying to get the parents on the hook instead of the kids. Because a lot of kids are not paying their student loans. But yeah, so those are some of the things you got to try to do. And don't argue with the coach about your son not playing. You go watch your son at practice and see if your son is the best one at practice. And if he's not the best one, you talk to him and say, look, man, you supposed to do this. Go watch videos. Whatever your son is doing, there's all kind of videos online and showing him the proper technique. And say, look how you look, and then look how this guy look. You're doing this wrong, you're doing that wrong. Let's correct this. Correct this, and you win at practice. When you win at practice, now we can talk about you start. But until you can win at practice, we can't talk about you starting, because you can't even outperform the guy in front of you or next to you. So those things, before you just go get mad at the coach, go watch your child and see, is your child dominating that practice? And if they're not, they don't deserve to start. Just keeping it real with y'all parents. Those camps are important, but even with the camps, if you don't have the grades, if you don't have the numbers, it still don't matter. It doesn't matter. All right, y'all, that's what I got.